Perfect. And how many guests will be joining you?
I've just got one other person that I'm taking. It's going to be a date.
That sounds lovely. For parties of 2 people or less, we actually don't take reservations. But no worries, you can walk in and we'll do our best to get you seated as quickly as possible.
If you're looking to build AI callers for your business and you're not using conversational pathways, you're falling behind. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be showing you step by step exactly how to use Bland's conversational pathways to build out a super intuitive AI voice agent for your business that you can actually use and trust to handle conversations with your customers. If you're new here, my name is Matt and I run an AI automation agency called Sapien Automation, where we help businesses make impactful integrations of AI that saves resources by automating processes such as customer communications, administration, and sales. If you want to make the most of this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any future content on how to use AI most effectively in your business to save time and money. If you run a business that deals with clients or prospects over the phone, you now have the option of automating part or all of that process with AI voice agents. AI voice agents have exploded in popularity in the past few months and are getting smarter and smarter by the day, allowing businesses to use an AI to speak with the customer directly and help them answer questions, book appointments, complete processes, and more. Right now, there are quite a few platforms for building these AI voice agents, and most of the time, they build with a single prompt, similar to when you're using ChatGPT. This is good for simple tasks like asking open-ended questions for, say, real estate cold calls. But once there's a bit more complexity in the call where the AI actually has to make decisions, you're going to need a solution that is designed for that. This is where Bland has really hit the nail on the head by releasing their conversational pathways builder, which is essentially a decision tree of multiple prompts and workflows so that you can have more control over how your voice agent interacts with and guides your caller in the conversation. To show you exactly how we do this, we're going to be building a voice agent for a restaurant called Bill's Burgers, which will help take reservations from customers and answer any questions that they may have. If you want to skip this tutorial and work with my team directly, you can book in a free 30-minute discovery session with me and my team via the link in the description below. Now, to get started, you're going to need to head to Bland AI, and there's a link in the description below. This isn't a sponsored video, but I've personally been using Bland and I'm super impressed with their features and dashboard, as well as the team behind it. So you can press get started to create an account, but I've already got one. So once you sign up, you'll be led into their dashboard where you can start to build agents using single prompts or conversational pathways. You'll first want to head over here to the purchase credit section where you can add some credits to your account. Bland has super fair pricing in my opinion at 9 cents per minute, prorated to the second. After that, you can head to the conversational pathways section and click on the create pathway button. So we'll just name this Bill's Burgers Reservations and we'll give it a short description. So voice agent to take reservations for Bill's Burgers. And then we're going to click here, create pathway. So this is what the layout of the conversational pathways builder looks like. It might look a little confusing, but it's fairly simple once you understand everything. So I'll explain the general gist. It all starts from this start node here, which begins the workflow. And then you'll see it's going to extend downwards as a decision tree based on what the caller says. This doesn't have to be binary, and you can have multiple decisions to lead into the next node, with each node being a new stage of the conversation. So I'll just delete everything here besides the start node. And the first thing I'll do is double click on the start node and type in a greeting. So I'll just put, "Hi, this is Jeff from Bill's Burgers Reservations. Would you like to make a booking?" I've toggled the static text here, which is going to always open with this sentence. So if you'd like something more dynamic, you can just toggle that off instead. And then we can put a general prompt like greet the user and ask if they'd like to make a booking. The node type here is default, which is just a general node, but you can see there are also other options here like knowledge base, transfer call, end call, webhook, wait for response, and vector database knowledge base, which I'll dive into a bit later. The condition option here is used if you need to have the agent perform a certain action or request specific information before proceeding on to the next stage, but right now we don't need that. And this global node option here is used if you want to have this node accessed at any point in the entire workflow when the caller expresses some form of intent. For the advanced option, it allows you to change the model type, which is essentially whether or not you need a higher intelligence model to handle the step or a lower intelligence model but higher speed, which will be beneficial for the latency or response time. For this step, since the agent is just simply greeting the caller and detecting if they want to make a booking or not, we can use the higher speed model. And the temperature here is basically how much variance you want in what the agent says, so you can leave that at 0.2. Now, with this extract core information into variables, this is important if you want to make sure that the agent is capturing specific information that the caller says, like names, booking dates, number of people that they're booking for, etc. Bland will refer to the entire transcript of the call, so really you only need to use this if you find that it's not capturing the information correctly, and you can generally toggle this off. And lastly, this option here, fine-tuning examples, will be used to give examples to the agent so it knows which pathway to take based on what the user says. But usually you can leave this blank unless you feel that the agent isn't following the pathways correctly. So after that, we'll click Save, and then we're going to add a new node. This node will be a default node. So that's used once the caller has said that they'd like to make a reservation, and we'll put in the instructions to ask for the date, time, and number of guests. Each question must be asked one at a time. We'll just use the name of this node, reservation info, and then toggle on the condition options so that we can 100% make sure that the agent is getting all the required information before proceeding to the next step. And in the condition here, we will just put, you must get the date, time, and number of guests for this reservation. We'll also add another node in case the caller doesn't want to make a booking and has just a general question. So we'll put this node here, put the type as knowledge base, and change the name to general restaurant questions. The prompt, we can put answer any questions that the user has about Bill's Burgers by referring to the knowledge base. And the knowledge base information can be put here as text. So I'll just paste some dummy data that I had ChatGPT make up for me. So what we'll actually do for this is make it a global node so that the user can ask questions at any time. So we'll put in the label here, user wants to ask information about the restaurant, not related to reservations. And in the pathway description, we can put choose this pathway if user wants to ask about restaurant information not related to reservations, such as location, hours, menu, etc. Now, we'll basically connect the start node to the reservation node through what is called a pathway. These pathways will help the agent decide how to move from one node to another. So essentially, we'll put the pathway instruction as caller would like to make a reservation. And then we'll make two more nodes, one to use as a webhook to check the reservation information with the reservation platform of Bill's Burgers, and the other one to automatically reject the reservation and recommend a walk-in if it's less than 2 people. So we'll put the pathways and instruct each one. The first one will have is number of guests is more than 2. And the second one is number of guests is 2 or less. We'll also add 2 more nodes to represent the 2 scenarios when the agent is attempting to book a time for the guest. One where the reservation is successful, meaning that the time the caller wants is available according to the webhook, and another node for when the reservation has failed for that time. So we'll name the first node here, find new time slot, and the second one we'll rename reservation successful. And then what we'll do is instruct the pathways here to determine the Boolean response from the webhook as reservation success is equal to false. And the other one here we'll put as reservation success is equal to true. Now, this part gets a little more complicated, so make sure you pay attention. Again, if you'd like my team and I to help you build an AI agent specific to your business, you can jump in the description and book a 30-minute discovery call. Let's jump back into it. We'll now configure the reservation booking node. So we'll go ahead and change the node type to webhook, the name to reservation booking, and here we can force it to extract the key variables to make sure that it's sending the right information via the webhook. So over here, we'll add the variables. First one is date, change that to string, and then have here as a description, desired date of reservation in month, date, year format. The second one here we'll put as the time, also as a string variable, and then we put desired time of reservation in 24-hour format, example 13:30. The last one here we'll use is the number of people, and that one there can be an integer variable. And we put number of people for the reservation as the description. Now, the webhook information here you can do is a post request to the API URL of the reservation platform. We'll just put a placeholder here for now. So we'll just put this land.ai/reservation. And then the data that we're sending over to the reservation platform, you can put here in the body. So I'll just copy and paste that across as well. So basically this will send the date, time, and number of guests that the caller is requesting, and check that with the reservation platform of Bill's Burgers. Now toggle on the response data information, which is the information that comes back from the reservation platform. So we want to know whether or not the reservation is successful. So we'll make a reservation called reservation success, and here you'll need to put the path to the data for whether or not the reservation was successful or not. So we'll put this placeholder path for now. This will depend on the reservation platform you put, obviously, and the documentation of that. You can also add another variable called available slots, where if the reservation was not successful, you can get the alternative times to give back to the user. So just specify the path for available slots as well here. And a description of the variable will put available slots for the date provided. The timeout we can leave at 10 seconds. Now here we'll put the pathway after the webhook response, so the workflow knows which path to take depending on whether the reservation is successful or not. So we'll select the reservation success variable that we made above and put the equals to true. Then pick the reservation successful node for that path. The next one we'll put is the reservation success as false, and then lead that to find new time slot. We'll also put in some text for the agent to say while it makes this webhook request. So we can put, please give me 1 moment while I check if that's available for you. And then we press save. And the other node, we'll just quickly make it a default node. The name here, we'll put recommend walk-in, and the prompt we can put inform the caller that for reservation parties of 2 people or less, they will need to walk in, as reservations are only for larger groups, and then click save. Now, if the reservation is not successful, we can configure the find new time slot node. And what we'll do is we'll prompt it to apologize to the user, inform them that their requested time is not available. Give alternatives to the user given the available slots that you have in your conversation history. And if the reservation is successful, then we can change this node to an end call node and then prompt it to let the user know that the reservation has been made for the given date, time, and number of guests. Thank them for calling and express excitement that they are dining with Bill's Burgers, and then say goodbye. Now, the last thing that we need to do is extend two pathways from this find new time slot node. One, for if the user continues to give a time slot that's not available according to the webhook. So we'll prompt this pathway as user gives time slot not in available slots. And then the other one here will prompt it user agrees to or gives a time that is in the available slots. And this can be looped back up to the reservation booking webhook call. Now, actually, I'll do one more thing. And what we'll do is add a global prompt to all nodes, which I can do by clicking on this button here. I'll paste in a global prompt that I made earlier, and this will help give the AI agent a bit more context when speaking to your customer. So we'll just put here, you are a reservation customer representative for Bill's Burgers, a burger restaurant based in Sydney, serving premium burgers at great prices. Your role is to take reservations for the restaurant and answer any questions that the customer has about the restaurant. You are warm, welcoming, and friendly, and you must respond to the customer in a friendly but concise way. So now that we've built the agent, the last thing we need to do is test it out to make sure it all works. I'm going to test three scenarios. The first one is where I can make a booking. The second one is where the group size is too small, so they reject the booking. And the third one is where I just have a general question. So let's dive into it.
Hi, this is Jeff from Bill's Burgers Reservations. Would you like to make a booking?
Hey, yeah, Jeff, I would. I'd like to make a booking.
Great. Could you please tell me the date you'd like to make the reservation for?
Yeah, I want to come in tomorrow at 7:30 p.m.
Perfect. And how many guests will be joining you?
I've got 3 people coming along with me.
Please give me one moment while I check if that's available for you. Thank you. Your reservation has been made for tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. for 4 guests. We look forward to having you dine with us at Bill's Burgers. Thank you for calling and have a great day. Goodbye.
Cool. All right, so that worked. Booking was made. I mean, in other workflows, you can also link this via APIs to other platforms to perhaps send out, like confirmation messages and things like that. And obviously, once it's linked to the restaurant's reservation API, it'll book on the back end as well. So let's try another scenario here. And you can choose different voices. So I'll choose a different one here, which is, let's go with Florian. All right, let's give this a shot.
Hi, this is Jeff from Bill's Burgers Reservations. Would you like to make a booking?
Hey, Jeff. Yes, I would, please.
Great. Could you please tell me the date you would like to make the reservation for?
I want to come in next Monday at 6 p.m.
Perfect. And how many guests will be joining you?
I've just got one other person that I'm taking. It's going to be a date.
That sounds lovely. For parties of 2 people or less, we actually don't take reservations. But no worries, you can walk in and we'll do our best to get you seated as quickly as possible. Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's okay. Not at the moment. Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
You're welcome. Have a great day and we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Take care.
Okay, so that worked as well. Tried to reserve for 2 people total. And as the workflow says that, the number of guests that they take for bookings has to be more than 2. So let's try one more. And I kind of like that voice with Florian. It sounded pretty natural, but we'll try one more. So we'll try Josh now with the voice.
Hi, this is Jeff from Bill's Burgers Reservations. Would you like to make a booking?
No, Jeff, I just wanted to ask a quick question. What time do you close on Fridays?
Hi there, we close at 11 p.m. on Fridays. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, not at the moment, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day and feel free to call back if you have any more questions. Goodbye.
And that's it. Hopefully this video has given you some insight into the scale and complexity of AI voice agents that you can build using conversational pathways and the incredible range of use cases that you can use these tools for. If you did find this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button down below. And if you are a business owner that wants to work with me on integrating AI solutions into your company, you can find a link to my booking page in the description also. But besides from that, guys, that's all for now, and I'll catch you in the next video.